Hi, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Software Testing. My name is Knott, and I'm happy that you're here. Today I have a special video for you again, and today I would like to talk about the State of Testing report that just got announced and being published online. And it's a great report that gives us an insight into our testing community and how our community evolves over the past years. So let's take a look what the testing report is all about. So if you follow the link that is actually behind the PractiTest.com URL, make sure to follow the link down in the video description to get the survey results. So what is the State of Testing report all about? To get an insight, you can of course later on enter your email address, your name, last name, job function, continue, and you get a free download of the version of the report. So I highly recommend you to do so. The State of Testing report is back and better than ever, and it's a collaboration between the guys from PractiTest and Tea Time with Testers. So they have concluded this testing report since 9 years now, and it gives, as I already said, a really nice insight into our testing community. So without any further ado, let's take a look at the results. So here we are. I downloaded the PDF already, as I have shown you in the website before. Go to the website, enter your input, your data, and then you can get the report for free. The State of Testing report. So first of all, let's take a look what is inside the report. So we have basically 4 sections in this report. We have the section 1 is demographics and background. So what are the testers or that's filed the survey coming from? What is the background do they have? Then we would like to talk about methodologies and processes. And as you can see, there's even a UI glitch on the report. So there should be an update available soon. The impact of Agile and DevOps to our testing community. And last but not least, there is like a section for the personal perspective. And some final comments, of course. So let's take a brief look what do we have in the survey result. As I mentioned before, it's a collaboration since 2013 between Joel and Lalit. And they both conducted the survey the first time in 2013, and since then I'm also like a supporter on the survey. I usually put blog posts on my blog about the survey to remind the testing community, to give some insights and to share some questions or some answers to the report. And yeah, they put a lot of effort into it, and thank you Lalit, thank you Joel for being so supportive for the testing community and to give us a really nice insight into our craft. So let's jump right into the demographic section. And I'm not going through all the details, I have to say, just going through some things that I find valuable insights and are also thoughts that you can think of or remind us that there's something going on with our testing community. So first of all, we have the survey participants. We have the different levels. So we have test engineers, we have test leaders, testers, automation testers. And it's interesting to see that we have more and more, like compared to the last 3 years. So the blue bar in the complete survey is 2022. Then we have 2021 in the dark gray, and light gray is 2020. And we can see, for example, that the number of participants working as QA engineers or test engineers increased slightly. We have less managers or directors contributing to the survey. We have more or less the same, a bit less than testers and test analysts. We have more automation testers on board. We have a slightly increase in developers in test, and more or less the same, we have software engineers contributing to our craft. So this is just for you to keep in mind when taking a look at the numbers or at the results. Also nice insight is how many years you have worked in testing. So there's like also 32% of the participants below are more than 10 years in. We have 5 to 10 years is almost the same, like 30%. And it's nice to see that we have also some more new joiners in the testing community contributing to that survey result, working less than a year or between 1 or 2 years. So the annual income is also quite interesting. You can see the distribution of the different countries or the different regions in the world, and how much money you can make with testing. And it's quite surprising that, for example, with let's say 5 or 10 years of knowledge in the software testing experience, you can get in Europe, for example, more than 100,000 euros, or in USA or Canada, more than $130K. And it's similar to other countries, but you can see that, for example, in the Eastern Europe part or in Asia, you get way less for the testing industry or for the test craft. But on the other side, also the cost of living are a bit cheaper there as well. What else do we have? We have testing in your organization, like how many testers are in your organization. It's always like to see that it's more or less stable. There are some still that state I'm the only one. There are like more than 50 testers is 12% of the participants in the survey. So it's more or less the same compared to the other years. Interesting to see that education and training, which is also like a section that I really like, and I really also like to contribute. And I mean, I'm doing this also on this channel, right? Creating YouTube videos for you, the software testing community, to learn something new, and it might be helpful input. And it's great to see that we have a slight increase in the percentage of testers learning from courses, from certifications, and so forth. So that's great. And as you can see, there are like a different sections where you as software testers are getting your knowledge, being in books, blogs, on social media, or formal trainings, for example. So you can take a look in detail where you can get some more knowledge. So section 2, as I said, covers methodologies and processes. So there's like one question was like, do you work with CI/CD? And it's also quite surprising that CI/CD pipelines, I mean, it's not surprising that they have been a standard in the industry. However, on the other side, it was quite surprising when I've seen the numbers that, for example, almost 20% of you who participated in the survey said that, no, we know that there is a CI/CD, but we are not part of this process. And this is something that worries me, because the CI/CD pipeline is really a valuable source of information, and where you can get some really nice insights about the project health, and it also leads to a good discussion with developers, with release managers, also forth and so forth. But on the other side, we have also almost 40% saying that we are an active part in defining and maintaining the process, that some of them have also access to reports, some of them not. But still, there's lots of room for improvement, I would say. So if you're working as a tester in an Agile team or in a DevOps team, I highly recommend you to take part of the CI/CD maintenance, or like also contributing to the process overall, and support this, because it's valuable insights for you as software testers. What else do we have? How much of your testing is done by non-dedicated testers? Also quite interesting to see how many of other people in a team, so developers, product managers, or so, are doing also some testing activities. Seeing that all testing is done by non-dedicated testers is only 4%. We have less than 10% of the work is done by 34% of the contributors. So that's great to see that we have a bit of an increase here, that also others in the team are doing some testing efforts. And always keep in mind, whole team quality approach. If you haven't done any courses on that, I can recommend the courses by Lisa Crispin and Janet Gregory. They created really nice courses on that topic. So to make sure that the quality is in everybody's mind, and that they start from day zero with quality mind and thinking. So what else is this? So it's not a big surprise, right? I mean, it's that what kind of processes or principles are being followed. So there's this agile or agile-like way of working is part of the current companies. There's also DevOps is on the rise. It's not really on the rise, but it's more or less the same. It's nice to see that waterfall or waterfall-like process or projects are decreasing. And this is great to see, and the others is more or less the same as it was the years before. Scripting and automation, whether you use scripting and test automation in your organization. So there's also like a really nice overview for unit tests and for CI/CD, functional regression testing. What's a bit worrying here is that it's for 2022 that almost all of the sections are decreasing compared to the previous years, except for unit testing. There's a slight increase, but I'm not sure if this is a trend. I hope not. So please do automation where needed and where possible and where it makes sense, of course. What is this? In what percentage have your manual testing efforts being reduced as a result of introducing more automation and scripting? Yeah, it's an overview that, for example, 3% is automation has replaced all of our manual testing efforts. Can't really believe that one, but I mean, it depends on the project. If it's mainly a pure technical backend topic where you can use lots of unit testing and integration and system tests to have a high coverage, for example, there might be not too many manual effort needed. But as I said, is that manual testing is still there, and it's not manual testing, it's testing. Testing is needed for all of our projects that we're doing, because this is something where we can use our brain and to act as a user to see how we can find potential issues, bottlenecks or problems in our products. So let's go to the impact of Agile and DevOps, section 3. I will not go into too much detail here because it's like really detailed and a lot of numbers, so it might be too boring. So what impact has migrating from waterfall to iterative models had on the software delivery process? It's great to see that the overall answers are that their teams are going to become faster in delivering their product. They became more stable, the products, less bugs in production, and they can react also much faster with Agile methodologies or DevOps. But to be honest, this is not a big surprise. Estimation is also part of this survey. So how accurate are the estimations? It's also good to see that most of the times the estimations are accurate. So this is a healthy result. I would say it's good that most of the teams really care about the estimations, because this is key to success. If the team estimates tickets or user stories in a good way or in a more accurate way, that also they know that they can ship things faster because they know what they can do in a specific time frame. Okay, I'll skip that. Too many numbers, too much text, so please go and download the report. There's also section 4 is the personal perspective. And this is like testing skills and knowledge needed to succeed. It's quite interesting to see what kind of skills are needed. And to be honest, it's not a big surprise that communication skills is with 81% very important, like the top skill that every tester should have. This is also something that I already did in previous videos, is that communication is key to success in our daily life as a software tester, because we need to communicate with so many different stakeholders, developers, product managers, UI, UX, customers, customer care, maybe legal, marketing and so forth, depending on your organization. And therefore it's really important that software testers can communicate in a clear way. Also important or like interesting to see that, for example, API testing has a high percentage of 65%. So it also shows me at least that we have like lots of APIs in our current projects and architectures these days, because lots of data is being triggered, sent and requested among different systems. So that's why it's important to invest in API testing as well, if you haven't done so far. And other than that, you can take a look. It's nothing, not a big surprise on that side. Quite interesting is also, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Is that it's saying that almost 30% saying that there will be a manager or test manager. Some will be saying there will be a testing consultant or a test coach. Interesting number. On the being a programmer or being a developer hasn't changed. Will be an agile management role also hasn't changed. So there's not really much progress here, or not too many different input or insights. So that's stable. It's good. So testing is a great job. So please stay. What are the desired skills and knowledge and experience? It's of course soft skills, as we already said. Communication, analytical skills is important, but on the other side also the technical part is pretty important. As I said, it's automation, it's API, maybe codeless automation. Programming skills is, I mean, of course, if you want to be a technical person, you cannot survive without being a programming skill level or like expert. Not an expert, but you know how to program. And also you need to have some testing experience, right? Some testing methodologies and also different kinds of testing techniques. It's key to have in our daily life as testers. And there are so many quotes. I will also skip that part because this is take some time, get a cup of coffee or tea and read through them. Quite some nice insights here. And yeah, there's already the summary. I will also not read through that one. Just wanted to say thank you again to PractiTest and Tea Time with Testers for conducting the survey. It gave me a really nice insight in our testing community. Take a look, take some time to read through it, and maybe also share the link with your teammates, with your colleagues within your organization, with your manager, because it's also important to share our testing community insights with non-testers, so they can get an idea of what this is all about and why testing is so important. And last but not least, there are also collaborators to the survey. It's like many others, like QA, Arena, or when Linda's Consulting, Keep Software Weird. I'm also there with Adventures in QA, Circle CI, and more. So also thanks for the collaborators, and thanks for tuning in today. I hope you like this rather short video. Please take a look at the survey. As I said, it's in the video description. If you like the video and you would like to see more of this kind of videos, give me a thumbs up and leave a subscription. Thank you and bye bye.